Because I was killing it at work, Mrs. Hall, let me set my own hours. After a whole night schmoozing clients, I'd barely passed out when my coworker's call woke me up. Dude, it's already 9:30. How are you late again? I told him I'd been out late closing deals, so I wasn't coming in this morning. But he wasn't having it. Just because you're the top salesperson doesn't mean you can blow off work. The boss's daughter, Miss Hall, is coming to the office for the first time today. Tick her off and she'll have you fired. I rubbed my pounding head and tried to remember. The heiress he was talking about was Cadence Hall. If I wasn't mistaken, she was the woman who'd been dying to marry into my family. Andy, finally. The front desk guy gave me a look when I walked in and lowered his voice. The heiress is back. Bill's gonna be a real pain today. What's going on? Isn't she supposed to be overseas? I asked. Cadence Hall was the only daughter of Mrs. Hall, the company's CEO, but in the 6 months I'd been here, she hadn't shown up once. Word was she was studying abroad. You didn't hear? Mrs. Hall had a heart attack last night. She's in the ICU, still unconscious. The guy leaned in closer. The family flew their daughter back overnight. She's taking over for now. Should be here any minute. My stomach dropped. Mrs. Hall? In the ICU? I'd just seen her at the office yesterday afternoon. I pulled out my phone to call her assistant when a snarky voice came from behind me. Well, our star salesman finally decided to grace us with his presence? I turned around. Bill Rosman was standing there with his arms crossed, smirking. He was wearing some gaudy pink designer suit today, and his cologne was so strong it made my eyes water. Figured, since you closed that big deal, you'd just ignore the rules now. And you show up late on the day the heiress is visiting? Bold move. When I first started, Bill bragged nonstop about being the top salesman. He kept telling me to learn from him since he was the senior. Then I crushed his numbers in my first month, more deals, bigger totals. Ever since, he'd been taking shots at me whenever he could. But before today, it was mostly stuff like, out with the old, in with the new. This was the first time he'd gone this hard. I ignored him and turned to find a quiet spot to make my call. But Bill stepped right in front of me. What's wrong? Feeling guilty? Trying to run? His eyes scanned me up and down, and suddenly his voice got loud. Whoa, look at you all dressed up. What? You heard the heiress was coming and decided to put on the moves? Everyone around us went quiet. Every single person in the room turned to stare at me. Bill was loud enough that people from other departments stopped to watch. I'd been at the company for 6 months. Usually, I dressed business casual. Last night ran late with client dinners, so I looked pretty rough this morning. I threw on a nicer suit just to look less like death. But the way Bill spun it, I was trying to seduce someone. Bill, if you can't keep your mouth shut, maybe just tape it closed. His face turned red. Who do you think you are, talking to me like that? I know exactly what you're up to with the heiress. Why do you even care? I shot back. What I wear is none of your business. You and Mrs. Hall approved my flexible hours. If you've got a problem, go take it up with her in the ICU. With every word, Bill's face got darker. Don't get cocky, Andy. Mrs. Hall's in the ICU now. This company won't be hers much longer. The thought of Cadence seemed to boost his confidence. His voice got sharper. The heiress is in charge now. You think she cares about your sales numbers? Let me tell you something. Cadence and I go way back. She hates guys like you who suck up to get ahead. He looked so smug, like he already owned the place. But if you want to get on Cadence's good side, there's still a way.